Hi folks, it's John Nizman from lastchanceourstore.com, and today I'd like to share with you a tip in terms of when you're working on a Volkswagen chassis. Sometimes you'll find, like we're doing with this particular ground-up restoration, we've had to remove the transmission from this chassis and we shipped it out to have it rebuilt. And when it came back, we've cleaned it up, degreased it, and painted it. So it's almost ready to go back into this particular chassis. Now this is a Super Beetle chassis. You can see it has the struts in the front. The principle is exactly the same in the back. All of your standard Beetles or Super Beetles are set up this way in the rear in terms of the suspension. So typically what you would have if the transmission is still in the back of this Beetle chassis is you would be able to have one of these, a dolly on each side with the wheels on, and the whole chassis would be mobile because you'd be rolling it on its wheels on a dolly like this, which makes it really handy to move around. However, when you remove the transmission, basically, because there's a main bracket here, it's very, very difficult and becomes awkward to work on or to move this particular chassis around. So what we've done, it's very, very simple. We had some scrap metal and a couple of old brackets. So all we did is we removed the plate that goes between here when we took the transmission out, the support plate, because obviously the transmission fits in here and then you have your engine. So what we've done is it's basically scrap metal and a couple of dolly wheels. So what we did is we basically made a basic H kind of frame or I frame stand, and we've got supports here, and we've put a couple of caster wheels on it that swivel. And you just drilled holes into the top, and we've used the same bolts that go into the rear of the chassis. Now, to support it from wanting to fold forward or back, is we just took a scrap piece of metal and we've tack welded it onto our bracket on this end, and then onto the other end, there's two large studs that stick down for the transmission to fit into, and basically we just drilled a hole so this little scrap metal rests up onto the chassis so it has support so it can't kick out or go in. So it makes it very, very convenient because now you can see, you can easily just move this chassis around and the caster wheels obviously will follow it along. So it's kind of a useful tip. If you ever want to take the transmission out or you're completely stripping your chassis down, and instead of putting on a rotisserie, this is quite a simple idea, and that's basically my tip of the day. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.